Hello and welcome to another cast for the Wargame Red Dragon 2 vs 2 GSI tournament. Today on hell in a very small place we have the game between FreePoints with Grot and Pekuda against TheWeakestLink with Red Dragon with Polo and Dude. Polo and Dude are here on the red side on top, and Grot and Pekuda are here on the blue side. Grot and Pekuda are playing Landjut, General, and Pekuda is playing NATO, mech. On this map I guess it's a very good choice. And on the other side there's Polo playing Red Dragon, Red mech, and Dude is playing Yugo, General. So we have a very small, kind of small map here. Usually you can play it in 1 vs 1 as well. So a lot of close combat fights, and yeah, we have you have 3 ways to push. You can push in Golf and Foxtrot or Bravo, and depends on which side you are. Golf is more in the favor of the blue side in this case, and red is more in the favor. Bravo is more in the favor of the red side, and in the middle it's kinda mostly even here in Foxtrot with a ridge, so it's kinda cutting this sector in half. So let's see what the teams are planning, and let's take a look. So Pekuda is going to Golf with his mechanized deck, and Grot is going to the middle, or maybe even, no, not so much in Bravo seems like, with his Landjut deck. And on the other side, Dude is going to the middle to Foxtrot and maybe Bravo, and Polo is going to Golf. So let's see how it's going. So let's slow down a bit. We see here a puff to see if there is a bigger heli drop, and red is immediately countering this puff with a L70K to shoot it down. Scouts are in position now. The Tiger, I think it sees already that the column from the red side is going to the middle, so they know that they're going heavy to the middle. And yeah, and here the Me-24 is hovering low and is shooting down all the units here. They're not responding fire, maybe they don't even see it. So that's a very interesting opener from the red side. In the middle there's already a first fight going on. There's a 3 stack of M84s against a 2 stack of 2A4s, so that's a very interesting battle here. So let's see, the Me-24 is still working here very good. It's blocking all the units here. They could have been already in the little town, but they can't go forward here. There's no AA which can help. The Mistral is panicked. Now they have line of sight, and let's see, the missile hits. So, but it was a good block, I guess, the Me-24. So they are kind of now grouped up here, and there's already coming the bomber. And in the middle, red is pushing very far here, I would say. They're in the open field, and the Proletariat is also running over the open field. Yeah, but there is not really much which is contesting the Proletariat. But here's a 2A4 are fighting here against the infantry of red. The M84s are going for the transports. Yeah. So it's very aggressive from the red side here in the middle, and maybe a little unusual push. And Bravo is kinda empty. And on the other side in Golf there's still the battle going on, but blue already took heavy losses. They lost one of the M1A1s and a lot of infantry, and red almost lost nothing, just the helicopter. So yeah, so far the good for the red side. So here's a gallop coming for the M2A4s, but they can't make light of sight. Base defense is okay. They already bought some units. They have just 1 fob. The blue side has 3 fobs even. So I guess they will go heavy on artillery. Makes sense in this map. And now the second M1A1 goes down. So that's a very good news for the red team. They have kind of now the tank superiority. There's not that much which blue can do right now. They have just a few units of infantry left, and the rest is support. And it's also going down. So they have to be very careful that they will not be overrun on the right side. While in the middle it's seems like heavy losses for red. And blue didn't lose one of their heavies yet. There's even coming another heavy, so one more M84 goes down. Yeah, that's not good news. And if blue would have pushed now, I guess they would have had good chances to overrun the red side on this front line. Okay, so red really well make very good progress into Gulf. They seems like they're almost full of infantry. There's almost nothing blue has against it, but now there are coming some more infantry units. They need no infantry in the towns here, just to hold them so they can have a footstep into the sector. And they have to be careful, of course, here not to be flanked. On the other side, they still have a recon here, more or less behind the lines, and also the Gazella sees what's coming, like from the reinforcements. And they didn't see this Fuchs, but I guess he can't spot the fob with his Fuchs from here. But later, if they put a CV here, the Fuchs can be very important. So they should have checked what's going on over there, at least with a scout. Okay. So red is pushing forward. The K1 and the Abrams have to go back. There's more infantry coming. Also, Krott is now investing more on the right side, because he has kind of saved the Charlie sector. And I guess now next move is to go into Foxtrot to secure this area. Because once you have this area, it's also not that easy to push for red anymore, because they can be side-shotted easily. So for blue it would be important to have a footstep still here and to get control of this area, I guess. This is not so important. You can get them out there kind of easily, the infantry, especially when you have a lot of artillery, and I think blue plans to play a lot of artillery, so at least once they have the option. So the Fallschirmjäger advance forward here. And they lose the town fight here as well. So blue needs more fire support. Yeah, and a good bomber. Yeah, that was a huge hit against all the units here. And red also lost their anti-air against the seat, against the puff. So that's very annoying. And red plans to buy another CV, so they are ticking. Blue already get a little foothold here. Very important. And yeah, they reinforce their leopards here. And I guess the next thing will be challenging all the tanks from the red side here. Okay, here they got catched kind of by surprise from the red side, but the town is now empty, and the Fallschirmjäger in the town can be very powerful. Some of them died to the M84s, but it seems like the Fallschirmjäger in time can go back into the town. Very important here to secure this town. So the next will be, I guess, put some infantry here to clear this up, and then you can progress back into Gulf. Or maybe a little infantry here, or maybe some tanks. Yeah, tanks are already close by, so they can easily push here. But maybe some team infantry just to secure this area. Okay, so far, well, red is ticking +2. Should never forget about that. We already had some games where the ticking killed a team because, well, it was a little too long, and once that the other one is ticking, you have to buy a CV, or you have to at least get into the sector or find the CV somehow. So needs a lot of resources, and red could do it. At least the player here in Gulf could buy a CV in the middle. I don't know, because he's kind of a disadvantage against the two leopards here. Yeah. Okay. So there's some sneaking going around. Is it amphibious? It's amphibious, so maybe he could try to cross here and come into the tree line. I mean, give it a try. On the other hand, here he can maybe kill some reinforcements. But the blue team already bought some base defense, so clearly not a noob team. Even though one player is called Krott is called no noob. No, so. Okay, so Blue gets a foothold, very nice. Always split your units up. Don't group them if they are not in a building like in a 4-stack. So you can split them out, so it needs more than one bomber to kill them all. We already saw that. Another replace that the bomber killed with one bomb all your 4-stack, even though it's just 40 points, it's a huge loss. Even though, especially when you can't shoot out the bomber. There's the bomber already coming. The mech. Yeah. The Hawks do what is expected. Very good by God. He moves them immediately after they shoot, so they are kind of protected from counter artillery. A lot of people forget about that because yeah, once they shoot they forget about the unit and then it's just gone. Oh, okay. One of the M84s died to the artillery. There was a Smerch coming, or a Mars, into the wood. I mean, where else should they be? So that's a very good idea. Just especially when you have a lot of supplies, just throw a lot of artillery here, and they will never really recover from that. So and once you can push after a salvo. So yeah, the automatic kills the helicopter here, and now blue has a kind of solid footstack back into the sector. Seems like red lost all their M84s. That's also a huge loss, and the Deagle is attacking again, and also could drop the bombs, and again it hit very hard the red team. Seems like the Deagle is kind of changing the helps a lot in changing the or winning this fights here, especially when you can clear a town with a single strike, no? Okay, so might be a little push from blue into the middle. The M84, the recon one, is now open. There's missing the tanks should be more close, especially when you run in the open. And on the right side it's still kinda a draw, but blue is still ticking +2, and there's no CV yet. I can't see any. Now got by the CV for the middle. I guess that's safe and a good idea. Okay. Yeah, but red already had heavy losses here on this side. Now there's a new stack of M84s coming, but they are outnumbered, or they have no chance against the two A4s here. Unless, that Super Gallop is coming. God saws it and is splitting. We don't like it, but it's allowed. And yeah, that saved at least one, maybe? No, one 2A4 is down. Very good news for red. And now maybe the M84s have a chance against the 2A4. Yeah. Very good. But blue now just pumps the infantry into the forest, and there is not that much infantry coming from the red side. They need more infantry here to hold the lines. But so far I don't see anything. It's just some proletary, but in the reinforcement it's very far behind, so yeah, they needed more infantry here. Blue basically just bought infantry and get back the sector. Also, they have nothing here. I mean, I would at least put one unit here, one cheap infantry unit, just to have an idea what's going on here. Because I don't know if in the beginning the infantry of the blue team already sneak past here before they arrive. They could be here easily, and then you have a huge problem, or maybe later on with some tank or whatever in it. And also, like, if you control the sector and you're sure about, secure about it, just put some like a tank here, a recon tank maybe, or ADGMs, which can give side shots if blue is trying to push. So yeah, they would. I mean, they're kind of missing the opportunity to do something from here. Now blue is back in the sector. There's almost nothing to defend from the Zeldas here. There's just the Zeros, the only infantry left. And the tanks of blue are kind of behind, but they are coming soon. Yeah, has to be reinforced. that the M84s are kind of challenge. It's the only thing which can challenge anything right now in this sector. So yeah, let's see. They will wait, and the commando is a good combination. They will wait just to make contact, and behind them the commandos who kill the units of the opponent. And now that's what I said before. Now they have control about this, and they can bring infantry here, or even get this tree line here back from the red side. So yeah, that was very important to get this part of back. There's the AA coming of red. But I think the eagle didn't get a single hit yet. Yeah. So the M84s are fighting the weight here. Should be easy for them with their high fire rate, good mobility. It's a very good unit for these fights here. But the K1s are kinda outmatching them a bit. It's also 3, so yeah, let's see how this is going. Now the infantry arrives from red, but it's kinda late. Blue is already here at the tree line, and the K1s can help. And the M84s are not here to help. They're too far in the back. That's a real problem now for red. Okay, and blue is also now pushing here in the middle to get back this tree line. And they even tried, yeah, just send a cheap unit up here. There's nothing, and now the CV is open, no? Next thing they will kill is, well, it would be to be expected that CV to be here, but it's here and there's nothing to defend the CV. So it's kind of like the red team, I don't know, it was miscommunication, but there was no defense here on top of the hill. Now there's the M84s, but they are already damaged, so as soon as the M2 Leopard 2 shows up, they shouldn't have any chance. And blue now knows where the CV is, so it's an easy pick for them, I guess. Yeah, so initially blue, especially on the right side, took huge losses, but to be fair, they had really compensated them very well, and they fought back into the sector. Maybe because red was lacking a little infantry, and the dealer also helped a lot in the crucial positions, but still, you have to do that. You don't have to give up. They continue playing, and now they get Golf back and they control Golf. And if red is not carefully, they will also lose their CV in Foxtrot. The tree line here has fallen. There are again 2 leopards. The hawks hit, wow. But he moves them again, so very good. No time for counter artillery. So now this houses are cleared. This one is cleared from the red. That's now really easy for blue to secure the sector and to control it, so that blue will be not able to bring in another CV. There's a lot of infantry coming. That's how it usually look like for the red team on the right side. Yeah. And the M84s here now fighting against the Panzer Grenadiers. That's also like very annoying for them. With their very good Panzerfaust, the Panzer Grenadier, good counter against the M84s in the close combat. And now the Leopard took out one of the M84s, and maybe even the second one. Yeah, it's not a side shot, but they're very low now. And why is he going forward? Okay, 3 against 2 now, but there's no infantry to cover them. So yeah, and now they lost Foxtrot as well, and soon they will kill the CV here. So the tables have turned, no? Yeah. The deal again. they saw the CV, or well, there's a transport on the spot of the CV, so that was not a good move. Put away the transport from your CV, put it here, then you can fool at least the opponent with their bombs. But now it was super easy for them to pick the CV. Middle has fallen, they found the CV, so now they're ticking +2. And there's also not much of a defense in Bravo, so they can easily bring some units here. Blue to also tick there. Even though red is like 250 points apart, but they traded really bad, or they didn't trade at all with the units. So I guess it's already over, more or less. That's sometimes a little sad with Wargame, like once you're in advance and it's like getting higher and higher your advantage. Oh, there's also the Kurners coming, going for the AA here. Yeah. Then it's like accumulating, and it's the disadvantage for your team is getting worse and worse. So okay, the second Kurners. So there are now 2 Kurners and 1 Deagle, and there's just 1 heavy AA piece, and it have to hit 2 rockets on this unit, so it's very hard for them to knock out, to counter these planes. They had 1 fighter before, but they lost him. Yeah, it's almost impossible. For this they have to buy more heavy AA, but if they buy more heavy AA, they have less points for ground units and less points for tanks, and that's what they need right now. They have to have tanks against the heavy tanks of the opponents, and they have to have infantry against the infantry of the opponent, and AA against the bombers. So right now I think the accumulation of problems is too big. So yeah, let's see, Thor is not even hitting once, and there's already the block coming for the Thor. Maybe not for the Thor, for the tanks, but yeah. And now it's panicked. And the problem of the Super Guard appears again, it's too slow, no? The Leopard have been open, so there was a chance to snipe a Leopard, but since the Super Guard, I think it's just flying 600 km/h, so it was too slow to reach the Leopard before it's in the smoke. Yeah. So there's now counter artillery against the Hawks. Very nice. But I guess it's too late. Too late. Oh, and even the Su-27 is down. So yeah, guess it's over. But well, it was they made very good progress on the right side. Maybe if they wouldn't have pushed in the middle, just hold the line, and then the second player is also investing in golf, they could have overwhelmed one side of the blue team. But in the retrospective, it's always more easy to say something about tactics and stuff. But that would have been an option. I mean, usually you have those fights, 1-1, 2 players fighting here, 2 players fighting here. But if you see you have the momentum, and then you put like the points of 2 players on one side or something, you can achieve a lot, and you can suddenly overwhelm an opponent. So always consider that, especially when you're maybe the weaker team. Have a game plan, do something unusual, what the enemy is not expecting, and then you should have a better chance to win those games. But here it was like, I mean, it looked like kind of solid for the red team, but then there was a lack of infantry, and also the Deagle hit very good, and yeah, if the other player also maybe would have invested here as well, then the chances that both players push, maybe even in the sector, was there for a moment. But yeah, Now blue also has infantry here. That's what I said. Like put some infantry here, just a cheap one, just to see that there's something coming. But well, doesn't matter anymore. Good. Well, two strong teams played it very well. Oh, nice opener from red. A little too aggressive maybe in one point. And yeah, but blue never gave up. They bought the right units in the right moments to fight back. And yeah, I think we saw an interesting game. That was game 1, so there will be 2 more games, or at least one more game to come. And let's see how it's going. That's basically the second last group. So it's the winner of this game will be on the second place, or the winner of this match will be on the second place in this group, and the loser of this match has to go to the knockout stage, because you're in the third place then, and then we have to play a little knockout stage to find 4 more teams of all the groups to have a bracket of 16 teams for the quarterfinals. And yeah, so do the surrendering, and I guess Polo as well soon. Yeah, so we see it very clearly. The points are super obvious, 5,000 to 3,300, but they had a nice fight, and let's see how it's going in the next map. So see you then. Bye.